As the U.S.-China trade war continues to rumble on, there are increasing fears that the decade-long expansion of the U.S. economy is coming to an end. And meanwhile, American companies remain in limbo, waiting to see how badly their businesses may be affected. CNA's Gillian Wolfe reports from New York.
Pamela Peer opened her independent toy store back in 1983. The talk of tariffs is at the top of her mind. With a 10% increase on toys from China now delayed to December 15th, toy chains are warning they will have no option but to raise retail prices. That has Pamela concerned.
My business has been down somewhat for the last half a year. Particularly in the last 3 months, I felt it. But I suspect that if those whacking huge tariffs go into effect, it will be very difficult.
The U.S. footwear industry imports 70% of its shoes from China. A range of tariffs are already in place on most footwear. More could be added in December. But Extra Butter's Bernie Gross says the customers at this high-end shoe store aren't put off.
I think that our consumer is already prepared to pay for a premium on the product because it's hard to find, it's exclusive. So because of the higher price points that they're paying, $10 to $50 isn't necessarily deterring them from, getting the product that they seek.
In its World Economic Outlook report, the International Monetary Fund predicts economic growth around the world should rebound after this year's dip, but only if the recent truce between China and the U.S. lasts. The U.S. and China are not the only ones feeling the strain. Other nations beyond the world's biggest economic borders are experiencing a domino-like effect. And economists say it'll only get worse. That includes the tit-for-tat tariffs between the U.S. and Europe.
The risk of recession is not at the end of next year, but it's now. The U.S. economy is much more exposed to the global economy than it's ever been. But when you have a too strong dollar and growth in the United States is slowing, that's a deadly combination for emerging markets. And as a result, global growth, world trade slows down, which means global growth is slowing down, and hence it falls back into the U.S.
If the nation's last recession in 2008 is anything to go by, survival, Bernie Gross says, is a matter of changing with the times.
If we were very stubborn to not adopt a stronger e-com model, if we didn't utilize social media to the best of our abilities and engage consumers, we would significantly be hurting.
With a potential recession looming and the U.S.-China trade dispute not resolved, U.S. businesses may have to find a similar secret to success to help them survive. Gillian Wolfe, CNA, New York.